Sadashiva Samarambham Śaṅkarāchārya Madhyamam Asmadācārya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Tapobhihi Kshina Papanam Shantanam Vitaraginam Mumukshunam Apekshoyam Atmabodho Vidhiyate Atmanyeva Akhilam Drishyam Pravilapya Dhiya Sudhihi Bhavayedeekamatmanam Nirmala Akashavat Sada. So Nirmala Akashavat Sada, a person who has that knowledge, how does he go into that state of samadhi? He has to pravilapya, he has to merge everything within himself, saying Atmani Akhilam Drishyam Pravilapya. Whatever is seen outside in the world, he merges it within the Atma itself. And ekam atmanameva bhavayet. There should be, he has to only think upon, contemplate upon that one Atma Swarupa, just like the Akasha. Okay. Now, in the 40th, Uktameva artham vishadayan brahmagnya sthitim pratipadayati. Whatever has been said, he is only clarifying it, giving more details about the earlier concept itself. Brahmagnya sthiti. What is the state of a person who has understood the Brahman? Tat pratipadayati. Asmin arthe mumukshunam vishwasa dardhyaya. So, a mumukshu will always, okay, we are going in that path. At that point of time, we will be worried about whether we are in the right path or not. Is the, have there been people there before who have seen this state or not? No, the sandeha, it's sandehavan vinashyati, samshayatma vinashyati madri. So we continuously have some doubts or the other, right? So tasya dardhyartham, in order to reinforce that, don't worry, these things have happened before. So he's giving examples. Rupa varnadikam sarvam vihaya paramarthavit paripurna chidananda swarupena avatisthate. He gives an assurance that he will stand with the Swarupa, which is Paripurna Chidananda Swarupena Avatisthate. He remains, a person remains in that Paripurna, in that fullness, Chit is consciousness, Anandam, bliss, Swarupa. So in the form of the full consciousness and bliss, he will remain in that state. How? Rupa Varnadikam Sarvam Vihaya. Having let go, vihaya, having removed all the qualities of rupa, varna, etc. So you remove the adages, the visheshanas completely, and then there is only one paramartha there. So he understands that paramartha with being a knower of the ultimate truth. So paramaha arthaha, paramaschaso arthascha paramarthaha, which is parabrahma. Tam vetti. He understands that in the sense of what? Swasya atmatvena janati. He understands it as his own true nature, not as, okay, there is a supreme entity somewhere there, I don't know when, tatha nasti. He actually understands it as swatmatvena, as his own true nature. That is a person who is paramarthavit. So parabrahma vit arudhaha Sanakadihi, Arudhahana, Yogarudhaha, Arurukshuhu, Arudhaha. Arurukshu is a person, Arodhum Ichu, one who wants to get on to that path of moksha. Arudhaha is who is already in the moksha state, which is Sanakadayaha, Sanat Kumara, Sanaka, Sanandana, the four Muni. Rupa Varnadikam, Rupam, Ghata Pata Adi Akaraha. So the moment you come in touch with Maya, the first thing that comes to play is Rupam, a form. And then Varna. Then you slowly distinguish it with, oh, this is white, this is black, Varna, color. Shukla Krishna Adihi. Ādi Shabdena. Then you say, oh no, this book is bad, this book is bad book, this is good book. This is a big book, this is a small book, tiny book. All those kinds of smaller distinctions start coming in. So Jati Nama Ashramadayaha. for people. Jati, what genus it belongs to. The name, you then provide a name for it. You say, this is my book, this is your book, all that comes in. Ashrama is for people, you are in brahmacharya ashrama, grahastha ashrama, etc. So, etat sarvam vihaya. Let go of all of this. Nishesham parityajya. Vihaya is completely, visheshena hitva. Or, letting go of it completely without any reminder. Nothing is sticking to you. So, completely vismritya, forgetting it, paripurna chidananda swarupena. So, paripurnam akhanda, partless, Satchidanandatmana avatisthate sthiyate. He just remains as such in the state of Brahman. Sarvada sarvam idam ahancha brahmaiva iti vrittim brahmamayim aparityajya vartate ityartha. So there is a vritti that you let go, which is rupa, nama, etc. Rupa varnadi. But there is only one vritti that is constantly there in our mind, which is everything else, sarvam idam, that I see, and I, all of these are only Brahman, Brahmaiva. Iti sarvada, always there is this constant flow of Brahmamayi vritti. Vritti nale, it's that thought. Manasika vritti, mano vritti. That vritti is not gone at all. So, aparityajya vartate. That Brahma Anandamaya, adenna sollu, the Satchidanandamaya rupena akhandakara vritti. It's called akhandakara vritti. Akhanda, partless akara vritti. That is staying there constantly until the Atma goes out of this body. When you leave this body, that is when there is a complete merge. Until then, there is this vritti called Brahmaivaham. Iti akhandakara vritti is constantly present. Nimeshardhanna tishthanti vrittim brahmamayim vina yatha tishtanti brahmadya sanakadya shuka. This is from, I took the quotation from somewhere, Edo Upanishad. Tejo Bindu Upanishad. This is from Google search gives me this, that's all. So it is the first adhyaya, and I couldn't find any commentary for this. I was trying to figure out if there was any commentary. There was only some Hindi translation for this. Anyway, so Nimishardhan natishtanti brahmamayim vrittim vina yatha Brahmadyaha Sanakadyaha Shukadayaha Tishtanti Tatha. So he gives an example of how Brahma, etc., Chaturmukha Brahma and other devatas who are in that state. He only says Brahmadyaha. So we will take it as the Trimurti alone, not the other devas here. So the Trimurti, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. Sanakadyaha, Sanakadayaha Munayaha, who are divine sages, Devarishayaha, Shukadayaha, who are Bhautika Rishayaha, who are Jnani, Bhakti and Jnani both are there here. So all these people, just as how they are in their state, Atma Ramaha, they constantly dwell in that Atma Swarupa. In the same way, a person who also wishes to come there, to that state, who undergoes this samadhi avastha, nimeshardham, even for half a second, even for a second, brahmamayim vrittim vina na tishtanti. They do not stay without that akhandakara vritti. They are constantly thinking that they are ahameva brahma iti. Okay. So, etena arudhena api sarva prapancha parityagam kritva atmanisthayameva kriyamanayam satyam arurukshuna kartavya iti kim vaktavyam. So, let's assume a moksha, one who has attained moksha, like Sanakadyaha, Shukadayaha. They need not be in this vritti, right? They have attained, goal is achieved. You have won the Olympics gold, but you don't need to maintain your body. Then what happens to the body? It's gone. And the madri, you have to be in that constantly. You have to think about ahame brahmaiva aham asmi iti. So even for arudhenapi, even for a person who has that moksha, who has achieved that moksha, let's say, sarva prapancha parityagam kritva, he has to forget about the entire prapancha and atmanishtayameva kriyamanam satyam. They constantly are in that atma chintana. Then what to say of arurukshu, a person who wants to get into that moksha, one who wants to, yogarudha solrol. So yogarudha is a person who has already established himself in that brahmaswarupa. So one who wishes to get into that state is an arurukshu. Arurukshor munehe Gita. No? So kim vaktavyam. So what to say of a person who is struggling there? So he has to, with the great effort, he has to let go of the objects of the world and try to concentrate on akhandakara vritti. Okay? Clear? Rupa varnadikam sarvam vihaya paramarthavit paripurna chidananda swarupena avatisthate. Nanu jnatradi bhede vidyamane katham advaita bhavana siddhyet iti akankszayam aha. Yes, when we have even this akhandakara vritti is there, there is still that triputikaranam. You still have the jnanam, jnata and jneyam, the concept of I am the knower. Brahman is the object to be understood. There is the process of jnanam also that I arrive at. So that sort of a bheda, that division seems to still exist here. Then how can Advaita Bhavana be established? A non-dual nature of that knowledge can be achieved. So Jnatra Jnana Jneya Bhedaha Pare Natmani Vidyate Pare Atmani Na Vidyate Chidanandaika Rupatvat Dipyate Swayameva Tat. இது முன்னாடியே நம்ம பார்த்தோமே. A lamp does not need another lamp to light itself.
So
20
nanyabodhecha bodharupatayatmanaha
swabodhe nanyabodhecha bodharupatayat 29 न दीपस्य अन्य दीपेच्छा यथा स्वात्म प्रकाशने. So दीपस्य अन्य दीप इच्छा न विद्यते. If I want to know where one lamp is, I don't need another lamp to show me where it is. The lamp itself will reveal its position. In the same way, here also he is saying the same thing. So jnatra pare atmani chidanandaika rupatvat dipyate swayameva tat. Swayameva dipyate. It reveals itself automatically. So chidananda eva ekam kevalam rupam swarupam yasya tat chidanandaika rupam tad bhavat paripurna satchidananda atmakatvat ityartha. Okay. Chidanandaika rupatvat. Chit paripurna ananda ekarupatvat. It is the only one entity that is consciousness and ananda. Ekarupa. Because of that fact, because of that quality that it has, jnatra jnana jneya bedaha, the division of jnatra is jnata, knower. Ghatadi vishaya jnata, one who understands one who knows the objects of the world. Which is Atma, Sabhasa Ahankaraha Vijnanatma, Sa Abhasa Ahankaraha. So, Sabhasa Ahankarangarche, one who has that Ahankara that I know. Knower nale, the point that Atma, I know, I is not the original Atma that we are talking about without any Ajnana. That is why he says Sabhasa. It is as if it is an aham, but it is not in reality it is aham, but it has the touch of Maya within it. That is why the name of Jnata comes in. Otherwise it is not going to be called as Jnata. The moment you see a difference, the moment you perceive a difference, the nomenclature samjna of jnata comes in. So ghatadi vishaya jnata. There is a vishaya which another person has to know. So it is the vijnana atma, one who understands through the indriyas. Sukshma sharira adhishtata iti. Jnanam ghatadi vishayakaha bodhaha, the knowledge itself. And then jneyaha, what is the padartha that we have to understand, which is ghatadi, the objects of the world. Evam etaihi yaha bhedaha parichedaha. There is a difference in the world, maybe, but that sort of a difference pare atmani na vidyate. It is not present in the Paramapurusha or in the Brahman, in the Paripurnananda Brahma. Okay? Na vidyate. Why? What is the reason? Dipyate hi swayam. There is one big nanu jnatradi abhave tat kena jnayate iti akankszayam swabodhe nanyabodhe cha. Oh, Dorke. He has given this here. So it is Sloka 29. Swabodhe nanyabodhe icha. Swabodhe, when you understand your own knowledge, when you have the knowledge of the self, anyabodhe icha na vidyate bodharupataya atmanaha, because the atma itself is of the form of knowledge. So you don't need another thing to reveal the knowledge of Brahman. Sadrishtantam uktamapi asya prakaranasya manda adhikari prayojanaya kritatvat atrapi uchyate. Because the adhikari who is getting into the practice of samadhi, there may be doubts. See, intellectually we will understand 15 things, let's say. But when you come to practice, there will definitely be you know this is the exercise that you have to do, let's say in yoga. Okay, you have the picture, you have the theory, the hand should be at 90 degrees, all fine. But suddenly when you lift your hand, it will go beyond 90 degrees. We don't know at that point of, so practice is always completely different from theory. So since we are in the practice stage, he is reiterating that swabodhe anyabodhe icha na vidyate. So even though you think there is Triputi, that Triputi does not exist in Atma. Okay. So tat uktalakshanam param brahma swayameva dipyate prakashate prakashantara anapeksham swam svenaiva jnayate ityartha. So it understands itself. So it doesn't need another prakasha. Vijñātāram arekena vijaniyat. So who can understand the Vijñāta? Idu illa Upanishad, Kena Upanishad. Vijñāta Atmavare drashtavya shrotavyo mantavyo niti. Adlada edo varum nanikra. I'm not sure where this comes in.
Maybe Brihadaranyaka
Upanishad, okay. Okay. The next is Nanu Ukta Shruti Gata Vijñatra Shabdenaiva Jnatradi Bhedasya Siddhatvat Katham Atmani Jnatradi Bheda Rahitatvam Uchyate iti chet Paramatmanaha Drishya Vailakshanya. Okay, he just goes a little tedious. Maybe we'll stop with this. We don't need that section. Sometimes, in the Vyakhyata also, he goes into terse parts. So we can just stop with the shloka here. Jnatra jnana jneya bhedaha pare atmani na vidyate. Pare na atmani vidyate. Chidanandaika rupatvat dipyate swayameva tat. Okay. Have any questions? Yeah.